All right, guys, we got a 2019 Honda Odyssey. And the problem with this car was there was an accident on this side, and they replaced this quarter panel skin. And when they did that, they also replaced this blind spot radar. And what we're getting right now on this vehicle are these two error codes that they lost communication with the gauge control module. Now there's a CAN network that these communicate on. It's called the B-CAN, and that connects back to the actual instrument cluster. Okay, so what it's saying is that these cannot communicate with the instrument cluster. So what we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to troubleshoot this problem today with the ultimate CAN bus tester. That's the beauty of this tool, guys. You can get anywhere on this vehicle and test and hook up to your device and actually test as well, or connect your scanner, right? So at the top is CAN high, the bottom is CAN low. Available on our website, globalcommerceca.com. Go pick yours up today. Comes with these back probes, so we're going to use that to test and see if we're actually getting communication on the CAN line. Guys, the channel is growing. We're now pushing 12K subscribers strong, man. For that, we got a bonus for you, man. Coupon, super deal, $20 off the ultimate CAN bus tester. We've been working the lab overtime. Go pick yours up right now. We got them in stock, guys. Just giving some thanks to everybody there in the community. Definitely hit that thumbs up button, like and subscribe. And also don't forget, the future is here with automotive technology. Here at the rear of the vehicle with the ultimate CAN bus tester. And as you can see, I've got CAN high and CAN low. You can see those values. Keep in mind, guys, you always want to hook up to a ground anywhere on the frame, anything metal, so that you'll get accurate readings for your CAN readings. We're already hooked up to a ground on the frame. I know it's a little bit bright, the screen. Let me see if you can see that better. There you go. So CAN high, as you can see, it's right around 2.6, 2.7. And I'm connected to the CAN lines directly, just touching the connectors. The white cable there is CAN high, and the tan is CAN low, right? So there's the values there. And we found the actual the CAN junction block, and it's located right here. You would have to remove this panel on the driver's side, and that is it right here. That is what this is. The green connector you see in there is the one that goes back to the vehicle. It even has 4 cables in there, right? It goes back to the gauge cluster and everything else. And the other 3, one is for the power sliding door, one is for this left side, and the other is for the right side. Okay, if he unplugs this green connector, saca el verde, you're gonna see, since we have nothing else plugged in, we're gonna lose communication. And there it is. He's removed the green, and we lost communication. Enchúvalo para atrás. So I'm gonna let him plug it in again, and you should see communication get restored, or we should see some signal there, and there it is. So that tells us that this line does go back to the vehicle. So we've got to see why now. We might need to test to see why there's no communication. Maybe it's not recognizing these sensors, but supposedly the sensor on that side is original from the vehicle, and this was the only one that was replaced. So that should not be issue with not recognizing the vehicle. So we're going to do some more testing. That test tells me that these error codes most likely does not have to do with, because the door is also on this breakout connector. So that tells me that the error code most likely does not have to do with a physical or a data link connection from these sensors to the gauge control module. It's most likely that the gauge module does not recognize, or they're speaking a different language basically, so that this that they replaced could be the wrong module. They do have another module that they gave me that they said they believe is compatible with this vehicle. So what we're going to go ahead and do is plug this one in and see how it behaves. Yeah, dale, conéctalo. So we're connecting it in right now. By the way, this driver side is the master for the blind spot monitor. So when you enter into the blind spot monitor into your scanner, into this option like the BSI, as you see there right there, you actually enter in this module. So if you have in the right side connected and the left side is broken, not working, not connected, you will not be able to enter it, because that's actually what you're entering. That's the master of this unit, right? So we're gonna now go back and read the codes and see with this replacement plugged in what we see. The main thing we want to do is see if we can get rid of the communication loss between these modules and the actual cluster, right? So we're going to go back. We're going to go read fault code because we got a different module, and we got radar version incorrect. Okay, right side lost communication with left side. That's because it was unplugged. Version different between the left and the right side. Now we've got U128D that we're trying to get rid of. We've got it for the right side. We no longer have it for the left side. So what does that tell me? The left side radar now can communicate with the gauge control cluster, right? But the right side still cannot. So to me, and we also get an error code that the version of the software on this blind spot monitor and that one are different, and they have problems communicating properly, right? So I'm going to call this as this module is compatible with this vehicle, but that one is not. He told me they didn't change it, but sometimes so many things go on in the shop, they probably did change it. He might not know. They might have replaced the whole thing with the harness, because I believe this harness was also replaced. So I think the solution at this point, this module is compatible with this vehicle. This one is not. They're going to have to get another blind spot monitor for the passenger side that is compatible with this vehicle. And that is what I'm going to call on this vehicle. I'm going to go ahead and clear the codes. Hold on, don't turn it off yet. All right, go ahead and turn it off. So I'm going to have him turn off the vehicle and start the vehicle. Go ahead and start it. So then we're going to see now if we see a difference in the codes. So I'm going to do a read fault codes now. And what we're getting is the version incorrect between the two blind spot sensors, and the right side still cannot communicate with the gauge control module. So I think that confirms it on this one. We've got rid of the U128D for the left side, which is the original concern. So the next concern is to get the proper sensor for the right side. In fact, let's see if we can, I don't know if this comes off really easy, see what the part number is. So here is the actual one that is working on the driver's side, which is the master. So you can see the part number, the model, all that stuff right there. Here is the passenger side that is showing version incorrect, right? And it cannot communicate with the gauge cluster, right? So you can see that the font is even different and all of that. And this is the one on the driver's side that also originally was given the fault with the gauge control cluster, and as you can see, they are very similar. So these two most likely came from the same vehicle, and I would be willing to bet it wasn't this vehicle. Notice too, guys, the brand. This is Veoneer that made this one, and this one is made by Autoliv, whole different company. All right, guys, so that was a fix on this one. Replacing that sensor with the correct one took care of the problem. Anyway, like I always say, if you didn't know this, now you know. And knowing is half the battle. Click that thumbs up button, like and subscribe. See you on the next one.